Okay, next major compensation, we have what's called excessive lordosis. Now, lordosis in normal talk is a low back arch. So you can imagine the happy kitty posture when someone has an excessive sway in their lower back. Now, this is very, very common, mostly due to the fact that everyone sits more than they ought to in the modern environment. Now, some of the underactive slash lengthened muscles are the glutes. Are we sensing a common theme here with the one that we talked about previously, the pronation and valgus? Again, the glutes. They're very large, so when they have a altered length tension relationship, if they're unable to really fire to their maximum capacity, a lot of stuff goes wrong. So it goes wrong at the lower back, it goes wrong with the knees, and so forth. And also the core slash midline. So everything in this region is at a decreased state of activation. On the opposite side, on the overactive side, we have the hip flexors, again, common theme, and the muscles of the lower back that kind of yank up a little bit on the lower back, on the spine. Okay, so obviously some of the issues downstream with this are low back pain, issues with the discs in between the vertebral columns, and just an overall decreased amount of muscular development and force production in sport. Okay, so excessive lordosis, the low back arch. Now, people will try to compensate the opposite direction. So with the knees buckling in, they'll push their knees way out and create a problem in the other direction. Or someone will excessively flatten their back beyond neutral. So there's neutral, and then there's beyond neutral by tucking overly under. So you have to also watch out for the opposite extreme. And the opposite extreme usually occurs as a response to what you've seen. So a lot of new coaches and personal trainers will see the knees buckling in, or they'll see the low back arch, and they'll cue in the extreme the opposite direction. So they'll flatten their back and they'll drive their knees way out, which in theory is a good call, but it can lead to a stress in the other direction.